And here back again with another Phantom Sexus video, and today I bring you Casey Jones or Casey Jr. because this is 2018 version. Yes, we're going to be continuing the Casey Jones ex-listener 2012. Well, yeah, like Yonder Love or Mysterious Love. I feel like Mysterious Love would go more with, no. Mysterious Love would go with 2012 Leonardo, because he would be hesitant at first since he has learned from aka trauma. If you haven't watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series, then skip already to the video because you're about to hear a lot from me. But of course I am not going to take up your time with the intro, but I wouldn't say it's trauma. I would just say something like what he has learned. He would be hesitant with love, and maybe he would just keep going forward with his lessons and everything, even though he has fell in love with Karai. Sounds like I just said cry, but it's Karai. Okay, just search her up or something. I feel like if he has gotten his heart broken, because in my head Kenyans, I think Karai, just like and also another head Kenyan, April 2018, I think they're both lesbians. So if Karai was like, oh, I'm just not into you, Leo, he would get heartbroken, but he wouldn't show it, of course, because masking is just something he's good at, and he would be like, okay, maybe I should be hesitant with love and just give it a huge break, because he was trying to show Karai signs, but she just wouldn't see any of them. But here's what's on my list: Vampire Leonardo. We are hopping back into the personal series, where instead it includes all characters talking in the background. It would just be you and that character. I am still thinking about the John Doe situation. I know how to do his voice. Everything is okay. I'm just thinking if I should bring him back from the dead or not. But I'm bringing back the like personalized Mikey videos, personalized everything. By the way, shout out to Kate Coffee Bean again. Thank you very much for giving me the idea, sweetheart. But anyway, hopping into the video. Anyway, getting into the story. There are two of these, which the other one is going to be for part 2 with this image, because I'll explain it now because you're already at the video, and some people don't watch my intro or outros. So that's going to be for part 2 when you guys meet again and stuff like that. Basically almost like Casey, the other Casey, not Cassandra, you know, 2012, like how you guys either met in college or met at the lair. I feel like you would just bump into him in college, and he just, sweetheart, he looks like Eddie. He sort of looks like Eddie in this photo. Like, kind of just make the hair a little shorter. But anyway, I feel like I kind of customized the whole script a little more, because I recorded 6 minutes, but I kept getting interrupted because people. And I decided to make it a little different. So let's say you were in trouble. Something like, not that a villain mutant or whatever would attack you or anything. Just this guy, this random guy. This happens daily with women, men, non-binaries, and stuff like that. Just like a random person, aka Karen, arguing with you over nothing. So let's say you guys were in a huge argument, and there were like people piling up and everything to see what it was. Casey comes around to see what's going on and sees there's you. he sees the guy is about to just like give you a smack or something. I don't like getting into those topics because I can actually imagine it, and I would not like to see my precious beans getting smacked. Or I would literally shoot the guy in his ball sack. So he caught the guy's hand and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Violence isn't tolerated and it's not the solution. Anyway, go home. This isn't the time to be up. And plus, it's not time to be roaming in the streets anyway. Leave them alone. I wouldn't, if like you, I don't know what gender are you guys. I've said this almost in every video. I was going to say leave the girl alone, but it's leave them alone because I do not like assuming. Anyway, after he said leave them alone and everybody went away, they were like boring and everything like that. You know, there are those type of people who would actually like to see what the fight and everything. Anyway, take a sip of this coffee because I'm already thirsty. So he turns back to see you. You were getting your stuff and everything, like your bag, your books, because you were going to your apartment from college. And he said, hey, are you okay? Did he hurt you in any way? He kind of checked if you were injured. Well, he didn't really touch you, but he just kind of asked if he could check if you had any injuries. You allowed him and you said that you were okay. He said, good. I would have done something if he had laid his hands on you, because it isn't right. That is not how you should treat a person. But I'm Casey Jones, or Casey Jr., as my friends call me. And you are, he basically just, right as I need the word, it disappears. He just gets his hand out for you to shake or something like that. You shake his hand and I am so sorry that I got interrupted. But anyway, you shook his hand and said, I'm listener. And so you looked at the time and said, oh, I have to go. My parents will be pissed if I don't get home at a certain timing. And he replied with, oh, I understand. I've been there. I also have to get going. I'll see you around, listener, right? You nod as you run off. So you go back to your apartment, well, your mom and dad's apartment or your apartment, and then you just lay down in bed like pretty. You just completely think that he's just adorable and pretty, and how just like he protected you. It was precious and everything. I'm gonna do this just like, was it Ralph or was it Mike? I don't know which one it was or which one did this. I gotta refill my cup of coffee. Hold up. Okay, we're good. Got coffee, but anyway, I don't know which one it was, if it was Mikey or Ralph. You know, 2018 Mikey and then 2012 Ralph. But anyway, Jesus, I keep saying anyway so many times. Oof. So a few days later, he didn't immediately do that. Since he wanted to see that you were okay while walking back to your parents' apartment or your apartment, he followed you and he noticed that you shut one of your windows. Well, your apartment window, only one. And one in the kitchen, of course. So he was like, that's the window, that's the one. So a few days later, just to check up if you were okay, he knocked on your window. It was nighttime, because daytime, parents awake, you, school. He knocked on your window. You heard a knocking sound while you were doing your schoolwork, and you slowly walked over to see the masked Casey Jones just waiting there for you. He was smiling underneath the mask, but you could just see he was happy with like his cute little look in his eyes. You opened your window and said, Casey, what are you doing here? He said, oh, Hey listener, I'm sorry to disturb. I just wanted to check if you were okay. Has anything happened? Do you need any help with anything? You rub the back of your neck, just nervous and confused. And you were like, no, nothing much has been happening besides my parents arguing and me having trouble with homework. He's like, what subject? I may be able to help. And excuse me for walking into your bedroom without warning. He closed your window and he helped you out with some homework. You both sat down on your bed and he was like, so, are you new around New York? I haven't seen you around since I got here. You say, not really. I grew up here. I haven't seen you around. What about you? He said, well, sorta-ish. You're probably going to freak out or not believe me, but I'm kind of a time traveler. He does quotation marks. I came from the future, and yeah, and now here I am. I hope I didn't mess up anything in the future, but here I am. Your eyes just widened and you were like, whoa, really? You're kind of a time traveler? Whoa. Just surprised. And you just decided to ask him finally why he was wearing like such an outfit at all times. And he says, well, this is kind of my heroic outfit for helping and assistance. But if you see me relaxing and on break, you will always see me wearing some sort of, pants or just my jacket and everything like that. Just comfortable. And you were like, heroic for what? He didn't know if he should tell you the secret, or he didn't know if you already knew, which clearly you already knew. He said, well, you probably will freak out and you probably will not believe me, but I am friends with these turtles. And you just looked at him with a meh face and said, really? The mutant turtles? He gave you a surprised look and said, you know them? Donatello, Raphael, Master Leonardo, Mikey? You nod and say, yeah, I'm friends with them. I just didn't know you stuck around. He chuckled and said, yeah, I wasn't expecting you to know them either. But, it's time for me to get going. Master Splinter is going to be mad at me if I don't get back. So you just heads back. Window opening time. I'm so sorry, I'm so awkward. It's because I'm freestyling this and I didn't write a script. When I write scripts, I'm just like, I talk really fast and I try to give more details. Take a sip of this coffee, but right now, I can't get into detail because I can't think and I'm not writing about it, and I didn't write about it. So he sneaks out the window again, and there were the feelings. You were kind of blushy a little bit when you guys were talking, and plus, especially when he was close to you, when he was sitting down next to you by your bed. Jeez. But Casey's POV, this is what he thought of, what he thought of you at that current moment. So this was the bed moment when you guys were sitting together. He thought something like this. Jeez, we are close together. They have gorgeous eyes. That little smile of theirs. They seem like a very respectful and very loyal person. Maybe I should stick around. Tell the turtles about them. Maybe they'll approve. Maybe even Master Leonardo will approve. Like, I can't get over the scene when Leo just says, I like it when he calls me masked. He clearly tell the boy is gay. Anyway, he gets there, and I'm going to just include a little bit of background character. So Leo was the first one to go up to him and say, hey, Case, where have you been? We've been looking for you all around New York City, and now you're here? Oh, I'm sorry, Leo. I was actually with a friend. And then Mikey in the background. Ooh, a friend who? They said they knew you guys. I don't know if they maybe have gotten confused or anything like that. But their name is Listener. All of them gasped and said, Listener? You're friends with Listener? And he's just staring, frozen, like, yes. So they just kind of like said everything you like, how you're like, for how long they've been friends. And Casey was surprised by the information, and he said, thanks for the info, everyone. At least I know them better, but I just, I want to get to know them personally and, well, in person. I want to get to know them more in person and, see how their personality is now, since that's how their personality was back in the past when you guys were, a little younger. But ta-ta, I'm going to go head off to bed. It's getting late. All of you get some rest. And Leo, check on Master Splinter. Splinter just completely forgot about the training. He's just asleep. And then there's the listener's POV. Closes the window. You immediately. Oh my god. Did he just sit that close next to me? Who does that? I thought he was going to sit like miles away from me. You sit on your work desk and you can focus on work. You were spinning your pencil the whole time and you were like, God, what's the answer to 2 + 2? I'm kidding. So you were just trying to figure out answers and everything, but you had that boy on your mind the whole time and you just couldn't get him out. You slam your head in the book and say, I can't get him out my head. I can't even work because of him. I can imagine this, like Casey coming back because Leo gave him permission and he was about to open your window and he hears you say that. He starts blushing immediately. He takes off his mask and covers his mouth, just like thinking. He hides. You thought there was someone watching you, so you decided to go check your window. No one there because he's on a rooftop. And he says, or mumbles to himself, they kept thinking about me? But how? We just met and... Wait, just like I kept thinking about them. The whole time. I couldn't even focus in training because I kept thinking about them. Their health, everything, their situation, how they are. It can't be. I will not allow my feelings to get in the way without certain consent or permission, or even a blessing. Even if I have to get a blessing from my own mother, still doesn't believe me that they're my mother. I feel like Cassandra, if they met each other, Casey and Casey Jr., he would be like, this this is my child. There is no way I had kids in the future. Yeah, you'd just be confused. But this is years later, by the way. And he says, even a blessing if I have to get. You decided to go to the roof to get some fresh air, and there he is, just walking in circles, thinking and mumbling. You tilted your head and said, Casey? Again? He looks at you and gets startled a little bit and says, oh, listener, I was about to go training. You say, training. What are you doing here? That's the most important question. I'll be honest with you. No lies, no excuses. I was thinking about you. Your health, whatever was going on, if you needed help, I couldn't stop thinking about you, even training by myself or Leo teaching me. He just couldn't get it out. It was like at the tip of his tongue, but he couldn't. You knew what he was going to say. I feel, okay, hear me out. I make listener do these things that I or my OC would personally do. Take a sip of this coffee, goddamn. Is my throat dry? Ooh, jeez. I feel like I'm just giving you these moves because, yes. So you go up to him, and he's just muttering and stuff like that and doesn't know what to say. You cupped his face and said, Casey, I understand. We both have feelings for each other, and we don't want our feelings getting in the way because we just met and we're perfectly good friends. This is like week 2-3 weeks later, and then like his eyes went wide and he says, how did you know I was going to say feelings? You sigh and say, I could clearly tell you were trying to form the words, and I have feelings for you too. He says, but the thing is, listener, I will not tolerate or allow me or my feelings to go any further without a blessing, consent, or permission. It was how I was raised, and that's how I am. If I get that permission, he rubs the back of his neck, holding his hand out. There we go, there's the word. You held his hand, and you said, I know how you are. Leo told me all about you. You're all this guard and permission guy. He blushed and said, he told me about you? I mean, ooh, Jesus. I like said it all backwards. So, what was I going to say? He said, Leo said things about me? He was proud on the inside, but was just a big tomato on the outside. You nodded and said, yeah, he said a whole bunch of things about you. And then he decides to man up and say, well, the turtles did tell me a whole bunch of things about you too. And I'm glad to know them because I get to know you a little better, you know, so I can know the things you like, dislike, and yeah. He didn't want to seem like a stalker, that's why he's acting so awkward. You chuckled and said, you know you don't have to be so nervous. I won't think you're a stalker. They did the right thing of telling you how I am, because I can be very secretive and can hide my feelings or just not show. He softly sighs and says, phew, I thought you were just going to shut me out for a second. But it's getting late. If you're still doing schoolwork. That's completely fine. What would he call you? Please comment down below in the comments. What do you think Casey would call you? For some reason, because since okay, depending on what Master Splinter you're talking about here, just like Tanjiro, he would call you my cherry blossom, or just cherry blossom. There's two ways, my little cherry blossom or just cherry blossom. But he would just kind of ride your chin up a little bit, giving you just a little nose smooch, because he is respectful. And he says, "I'll see you later, my cherry blossom." And you just hopping from rooftop to rooftop like Bunny Mud and Ride of the Guardians. You blushed and you mumbled, "Bye." You went back to your room and literally panicked in bed, screaming into your pillow, "Did he just kiss my nose?" He goes to his room in the lair and he says to himself, or just screaming into his pillow, "Did I just do that and call them a cherry blossom?" For today, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We are very, very close to 1K. We're like at what, 2,500 and something. We are very close, and thank you guys so much for all your love and support and donations. I am actually looking for a voice actor, another VA. I would not mind assistance and editing audios together, but if you guys know any voice actors that actually DM back or just actually take requests, give me some of your suggestions, because I'm actually looking forward to having my own personalized video with my own personalized, well, not personalized character, with just the comfort character I have, you know. But I am still working on the merch and everything, just thinking about it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Took more than 6 tries, 1 interruption, 2 noise complaints, and 3 my coffee. This took more than 6 tries to do, more than 6, and it wasn't even the intro, it wasn't the outro. Well, I usually do the outro. I don't even do the outro before to get things done quicker. No, I actually do it after I record. Like it was just the video that I have to keep remaking over and over again, because I kept freestyling and I didn't write a script. But in the middle of it, I got through and I started writing a mini script in my head and started going, instead of just going freestyle. But anyway, we're wrapping it up here, and I don't think I said this in the beginning of my video, which is weird, I just remembered, but I'll say it at the end. What do you think Casey would call you? Please put it in the comments below. In my personal opinion, one nickname would be Cherry Blossom for some reason, but if you have any nickname ideas or what you think headcanonly or canonly what he would call you, please put it in the comments, or join my Discord, DM me, or join my Discord server and DM it there. But anyway, wrapping it up here, my Instagram, the songs that I use, Wattpad, which I'm still working on. I have to get my phone fixed tomorrow. I didn't have any time yesterday because it's already today. It's like 3 a.m. right now. Getting it fixed today, and I'll be able to type again. Like I said, there's this black line and I can't type. I have to do text to speech, and you already know how I have to do my spaces. But everything will be in the description below. I have a new Discord server. The other one was a little toxic in my opinion. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, and by the way, since I'm wearing my Rick and Morty shirt, I got it from vacation. I'll be doing Rick and Morty fandom soon, coming soon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.